listening to Strange Label.
Hello, I'm Chris Brigg. This is Chris Brigg Show. Shit, man. Hi. Woo. Hello, I'm Chris Brigg. This is Chris Brigg Show. Sitting here with my good buddy John Rapp and Jake. Jake. Hey. Yeah, that's, you're not supposed to say, during the show. People cut out the, uhs. I'm not. All right, let's do this. Okay. Hold on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
The cannon.
All right. All right. Well, we have a liver doctor on the show today.
What?
We are live every Wednesday night, strangelabel.com, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with a bunch of other awesome shows. Go to strangelabel.com for more information to hear about our friends and brothers. I'm probably doing the station a disservice by not announcing all the names, but I don't remember all of them because I'm an asshole. And if I say one, then I got to remember all of them.
You can't remember all of them.
Yeah. John, just get something going by the end of this show. We've got a liver doctor coming on, so we got to get serious. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I wanted to hear, man. Did you know that our liver is like a supercomputer? With a very fast processor. It performs over 200 important functions for the body simultaneously. Now, some of these important functions include supplying glucose to the brain, combating infections, and storing nutrients. Did you know that?
I did not know any of that. I didn't know what the liver is doing down there.
Our liver is the biggest detoxifying agent in our body. It detoxifies the harmful things that we take in, like alcohol and drugs. Without the liver, the body cannot process these items. Did you know that?
I knew that the liver had something to do with that, but yeah.
The liver is the inventor of blood. The liver creates the blood that circulates in our bodies. The importance of the liver lies in the fact that blood cannot be created artificially by humans. The liver starts producing blood before we are born. Without the liver, there would be no blood and no life.
No life.
It regenerates.
What?
Did you know that?
This is crazy.
Like a snake.
Yeah, you can donate part of your liver and then be fine.
Wow.
Part of it will grow back.
Our liver has the amazing ability to regenerate itself, which makes surgeries like liver transplant possible. When people donate half their liver to someone who needs it, the remaining part of the liver regenerates the donated part.
That's pretty amazing, man.
Our liver produces bile, which is responsible for giving our poop its characteristic brown color.
Thanks a lot, liver.
If the color of the poop is not brown, it means something is wrong with the liver.
Or you've been drinking a lot of juice, right? Green juice make you poop green.
Or the purple dye they put in the Kool-Aid and stuff.
That'll make that green happen.
I guess I never thought about it, but I don't think I know a whole lot about the liver.
That's why we have a liver doctor coming on the show.
That works out great.
The liver gets rid of waste. Any waste that your liver cannot use are converted and either carried out by bile into your small intestine or carried by the blood to your kidneys. Apparently, this liver does a lot of fucking stuff.
It sounds like a lot of important stuff. It creates blood. How much more important does it get?
I don't know, man. Don't you need all your organs, though, to live? Except for what about the pancreas? Do you need that?
Yeah, there's one you don't need, right? The kidney?
The appendix.
The appendix.
You can get rid of one kidney.
But it doesn't grow back. This liver thing
Right.
is on lock.
It's pretty powerful. It's shocking. It's eternal life. That's some vampire shit, man.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Anything's possible with the liver. But now here's something. What happens if it's not healthy? I bet you get all messed up. You probably need some type of LiverMedic.
I think this goes the extent of our this is the amount of liver conversation that we can have on our own without our liver doctor. I believe we reached.
I bet you 45 minutes into it, we get some pretty unique content there.
Unless you want to, say what you want about liver eating Johnson.
I'd say he shouldn't be eating people's livers.
Well, he didn't like the crows.
What? So
We'll get into this with once we get our liver doctor on the phone. John, can you do me a favor and call our liver doctor?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've spoken to a specialist, a liver doctor.
I've
before.
never.
Let's hope he's an actual liver doctor, not some sports doctor who is uncomfortable talking about livers.
What? Liver? I don't talk about that.
Yeah, I'll do a more professional show. We don't talk about livers. It says it's calling him.
I believe you, John. But I don't believe the drugs you're on. I think you're a real nice guy, but I'm not quite sure how nice the drugs you're on are.
No, man, I'm fine.
That was how our buddy Pong Fong kicked a crackhead out of his house, or of his friend's house. He very calmly and politely explained to the guy, "You're probably a nice guy, but I don't know how nice the drugs you're on are, so if you could just not come over here ever again."
That's a really good line.
Yeah. That's why the guy's a genius.
What happens if they show up sober?
You gotta let him in.
Yeah. You might want to rethink that line there, Pong Fongy.
Yeah, because I've had a situation where I let one back in, and it didn't turn out too well. It took a little bit longer for the characteristics to come out, but you could still see them there. The evil brought out by the drugs.
It's hidden down in there.
We got a serious heroin epidemic in this country. In the Midwest.
It's working.
Wow. And my father is going to be on the national news discussing it. I'll tell you when that happens. It's going to be weird and awesome. Hey, liver doctor, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
What up?
How's everything?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Excellent. Excellent.
I mean, Jake told us.
Well, thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. So tell me about this liver-eating Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, I do lectures all across the country, and this seems to be kind of an important topic. I think people kind of overlook it. So would you like the 30-second kind of rundown of things, or do you want more of an expanded version of this? Up to you.
We'll let Jake decide.
The expanded version.
expanded version. Okay, all right, sounds good. So let me frame this up, I guess, and then we'll go into some background and some trends, and then you can ask me some questions afterwards.
Is this really going to be about Liver Johnson?
No,
Oh.
no. Although it could impact that. I'm not gonna. We can't rule that out. So when we take a look at America and the U.S. in general, and we start to try and figure out, why there's more disease, why there's the higher cancer rates, why there's more diabetes. There's more heart attacks. There's Hashimoto's, Alzheimer's, all these things that really weren't taking place 50, 60, 70 years ago.
What's up with that?
So there's a couple of things that are kind of coming together at one time.
What's that?
In the last 20 years, there's been a huge jump in the amount of GMO food that we're consuming. So we've got glyphosate, that herbicide, pesticide stuff that's in the food that we're taking into our body. That's number one.
Is there any proof that damages our body?
Yes. And a lot of the scientific studies,
GMO food,
independent.
you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
you're saying there's studies that show the effects negative effects that GMO has on the human body?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the work has been outside the country, but go ahead.
What are they?
What are the studies, or what do they say?
What do they say?
Yeah. So, and this is one of the reasons why over 30 countries around the world have banned GMOs from either coming into the country or, being harvested by the farmers. So there's a number of...
England doesn't allow Dasani bottled water in their country, I believe.
Right, exactly. And they have a pretty educated public over there, whereas we don't typically. That's not something that we're particularly good at. Glyphosate is one of those known chemicals within GMOs. I'm not going to get into, is GMO right or wrong from a scientific standpoint, how we splice in genes and viral vectors and all that stuff. First of all, I'm going to put everybody to sleep.
The great John LaRoche once said that mutation is the key to life.
I cannot disagree with that, but there's a mutation that kills, and that happens as often as the good mutations that allow life to survive and evolve. But this is not being done in the typical biology. It's being done in a petri dish, and we're playing God, and we don't know exactly what's coming of it. This is a huge experiment. We're all sort of guinea pigs. And so that's part of it.
I want to get a guinea pig, bro.
But I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to get into the molecular genetics because I'm telling you, everyone's going to fall asleep. But they do have to know.
Has it been proven though? Because a lot of people say, it hasn't been proven whether or not GMOs are harmful for your body. Has it been? It's been scientifically proven that they're bad for you. Is that what you're saying?
It's been scientifically proven, and what you need to know, and what the listeners need to know.
What are the negative effects?
Yeah, what's it do to you?
Yeah. Okay. So let's just look at glyphosate, for instance, because that's one really well-known chemical that's in Roundup, that's on all GMO foods, just about all GMO foods. Glyphosate gets into the stomach and the intestines, and it starts to pit those soft tissues. So it literally will poke holes in the soft tissue, allowing something that was previously selective to now allow toxins and other foreign materials to stream into the body, including parasites and all virus and all kinds of things that you don't want in the body. That creates chronic inflammation. Then the glyphosate travels to the liver and inhibits the ability for the liver to remove the toxins. Okay, it literally inhibits what they call it's a whole category.
So you're saying GMOs have been proven to cause liver failure?
I won't say liver failure. What I will say is one of the critical functions of the liver is to remove toxins. And yes, glyphosate has been identified as a critical element that stops the liver from doing that. That's a pretty important point. Okay. And then, of course, it allows more toxins to stream into the body. So
a lot
that's one piece.
of people are asking, who is this guy? Can you please tell everybody who you are, guy?
Sure, yeah, sure. So my name's Brendan Gaughran. I'm a research biologist. I graduated with a degree in molecular biology from the University of Connecticut. Spent time in the pharmaceutical industry and transitioned into the nutraceutical industry.
The what? The nutraceutical?
Big fancy name for vitamins and supplements, sort of the alternative to the pharmaceutical.
Like that Middle Eastern shit.
So that's sort of my background. What's that?
Like that Middle Eastern shit.
Not ISIS. Alternative. I don't want to get myself on any list. It's hard enough for me to get through airports.
Oh, you're on a list. Would they stop you at airports
I'm sure
too?
I'm on the list.
They stop you at airports too? What's their gig with you?
I'm sure I'm on someone's list, no doubt about that.
What do they stop?
I haven't
for?
gotten the colonoscopy yet, so that's good.
What do they ever take you in that little room? Man, I hate it when they take me in that little room.
No, fortunately I have avoided that. I'm not quite sure how I've avoided that, but I don't know.
One time they kept me in there for 9 hours.
Yeah, you must be on a special list.
It's crazy, man. I don't know.
So
I'm surprised.
So yeah, these GMO foods, that's one reason right there to stay away from. And then they have reproductive implications as well. There have been studies on mice that a consistent diet of GMO foods will end up making the third generation of mice completely sterile.
What?
So these things do exist. So
Holy
you
shit,
start fiddling
man.
around with DNA. The problem with
It's going to be like that
doing on
movie.
a molecular level.
Remember that movie with Julianne Moore? And who's that guy? Michael Caine? Was it Children of God or Children of...
Yeah. Children of
Oh,
Men.
yeah.
Children of Men. Anthony Hopkins? I don't know who the old guy was in that. The guy with all the weed.
Yeah, this is not science fiction anymore. This is actually going on. It's provable.
That was
And
an
again-
amazing film, sir.
Yes, that was a good film. I agree. Totally agree.
Clive Owen.
So it's
Got your-
unfortunately it's not movies anymore.
Got your boy Clive Owen.
Oh, I like him.
Oh.
He's in this movie.
Now, what is your favorite Clive Owen picture?
Oh, geez. That's a good question. I like just about everything he's in.
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't name a single one.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I said I like him in everything. But I do actually like him. I just can't remember his
So
movies.
you can't.
Oh, well.
So you're having like an Aleppo moment. So you don't know a Clive Owen picture.
Not off the top of my head.
Damn.
I see him in my mind's eye, though. He's a good actor.
I couldn't even tell you, man. I love that movie, Children of Men, but never would I have told you that, would been able to tell you that Clive Owen was in it. I don't know who that is.
He's the main guy, too.
Is he a British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a British guy, dark hair.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There you have it. So, this liver. Tell me about this.
Yeah.
Now, what was it that the Crow people believed about the liver? They needed it to get into heaven.
I don't know about that. The who people?
The Crow Indians.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you probably know more about that than I do, to be honest with you. I don't know. It makes sense. I mean, spiritually,
He's
from a
old
spiritual
mountain.
standpoint,
Yeah.
they talk about the liver being the emotional seat of the soul. So, makes sense to me. They saw it as an important thing for sure. Yeah.
He hated them, man.
He
was Old Mountain Man. The Wild West, John.
Who was?
Liver Eating Johnson.
Is he an Indian?
No, he's Old Mountain Man. He supposedly killed and scalped more than 300 Crow Indians and then devoured their livers to avenge the death of his wife.
Dang.
Yeah.
It was harsh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody feared the guy. You know, he's a fucking wild. They said he's a big dude, like 6'2". Didn't have a ounce of fat on him.
Now, what if you eat?
I'm not much for pharmaceuticals, but I'm quite sure there's drugs for that now.
What? Yeah.
He would cut out and eat the liver of each man that he killed.
Do you know anything about like mythology or like the idea of eating a liver to stay alive or something? You know.
I mean, not really. I mean, I know that the Romans used to look at livers in order to, figure out what was going on in the future to predict things. But beyond that, not really. Chicken livers, I think, right?
Organ saying, huh? Organ saying, what do they call that? What was that, Joseph Smith? Seer-sayer?
Sooth.
What do they call that guy?
Soothsayer?
Sleuth?
Oh, soothsayer, yeah. Yeah.
You know, Plato, they say that the liver was thought to be the seat of the darkest emotions, specifically wrath, jealousy, and greed.
Dang.
I believe it.
Let's drive them into action.
Now, what happens
I believe it. You got an unhealthy liver, you bet.
Yeah, what happens when you have the unhealthy liver, you know? There's jaundice, right? Don't you get jaundice?
Yeah, there's several progressions. You end up getting, you start out with fatty liver, then you get fibrosis, you get scar tissue in there because enough cells die, and then you get cirrhosis, and then after that, you are done. And then you got to look for somebody else's liver. So you don't want to be in that category.
Now, one tale ascribed to liver-eating Johnson. Other sources ascribe it to Boone Helm, but I say this was liver-eating Johnson.
This is news to me. I'm going to have to listen to you more because this is good information for me to take on the road.
Well, he was being ambushed by a group of Blackfoot warriors in the dead of winter on a foray to sell whiskey to his Flathead kin. A trip that would have been over 500 miles. The Blackfoot planned to sell him to the Crow, his mortal enemies, for a handsome price.
Mm.
They stripped him to the waist, tied him up with leather thongs, put him in a teepee with a fucking idiot guard. However, liver-eating Johnson managed to break through the straps, knocked out his young moron guard with a kick, took out his 13-inch blade, scalped the kid, quickly cut off one of his legs.
Ooh.
Then he made his escape into the woods, survived by eating the Blackfoot's leg.
Now, is this a real story? This sounds like a legend. Like, how could one man do all this?
Eventually, though, Johnson, he made peace with the Crow, who became his brothers, and his personal vendetta against them finally ended with 25 years and scores of slain Crow warriors and eaten livers.
That's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. What do you think of that story?
I don't know. I think we need to find a movie and a good actor for this.
Yeah, it sounds like a film.
Who do you think would be the
I
perfect
think so.
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen, definitely.
You need a big mountain.
Well, who
man.
better but somebody with a British accent?
You need it's a big Wild West mountain man who just hated the Crow Indians because he blamed the death of his wife on them.
Yeah. Then he got over it somehow.
So he would scalp them and eat their liver because they believed the liver you needed to get into heaven.
Oh.
So he would take away their liver and eat it and use it to live.
How many do you need?
Over 400.
How many times does he need to get into heaven?
Now, if you ate all those livers, would that build up toxicity in your body?
Now, they said he did it as an insult to the
just
Indian.
to piss them off. Right?
Yeah, just to piss them off.
They think it's sacred.
Not because he believed it was going to do anything for him, but just to say, hey, fuck you, I'm eating your liver. You ain't going.
It's the worst thing you could think of.
You're not going to your holy land. Fuck you. He hated those guys, man.
This guy clearly had a very twisted childhood.
I mean, the guy, he got to his lowest form, when he was held prisoner, and he wasn't fed. He cut this guy's leg off, ran into the woods and ate it. He ate the guy's leg to survive. I mean, what kind of an actor do you think is going to be able to play this liver-eating Johnson.
Well, you're right. That might be more of a Johnny Depp, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Don't you think so? I think that's more of his type of role.
I'm trying to think of a big.
I mean, he made a good pirate.
Now, what if you think about going with somebody like Bradley Cooper? You think he has those chops?
No.
No. Obviously, Leo.
That's the sniper, right?
Leo could do it. We know that.
Yeah,
we could even go with the Kurt Russell, because the guy might be kind of older.
Kurt Russell. That would work.
Or maybe the character needs some color, maybe Samuel L. Jackson or, who else? What else do we got?
Denzel.
Oh, Denzel was not going to take a role where he's eating a human leg.
No, I don't think so. No, he's a high roller. He won't do that.
Will Smith.
The bad guy from No Country for Old Men.
Javier Bardem?
Yeah,
he should be... No. He should be one of the Crow Indians.
Yeah.
Or one of the guys that tortures him,
Yeah.
I'd like to see Jonah Hill play the guy in the TP who gets his leg cut off. Just some bumbling guard.
That'd be quite a meal.
Yeah, it would.
Is this before or after his weight gain?
Doesn't matter. Well, I mean, who knows until he shows up on the set, right?
This is true.
So yeah, tell me, what's the most fascinating thing about the liver that a lot of people don't know? And what's this crazy sci-fi shit of it growing back? And where are you all up in the liver?
Yeah, I'm into the liver because I'm interested in people's health and removing toxins from people, and 1 in 3 people have fatty liver problems. That's probably something they don't know. So 1 in 3 people have fatty liver.
Have you ever eaten the liver of a goose?
Yes, I have. Yep.
How was it?
It was pretty good, actually.
Well, you're not supposed to eat those,
it was
man.
pretty good. Yeah, I don't eat them anymore. No, it's the foie gras. It's full of toxins.
Well, I didn't know about that, but like the way that they do it, they have to keep something sick about. They have to keep the goose is some nasty thing where they force feed it food, and something real disgusting.
Oh yeah, from an animal rights standpoint,
right.
Absolutely, it's force feeding an animal. It's disgusting.
But I listened to an entire podcast, one of those NPR ones, all about this foie gras and where the best one comes from, and it's a natural, they don't even do anything. The geese just hang out there, and then they, and they always come back.
Natural.
Weird.
Well, until they don't, I guess.
Yeah.
Factory farming. Jeez.
Well, you know what they say.
What do they say?
I don't know. What do they say?
I don't know.
Oh.
Now, how do you fix the liver? 1 in 3 people have a fatty liver. I mean, you're saying that either me, Jake, or Chris, we have a fatty liver. What do we?
Yeah, odds are one of you do.
What do we do when we find out who it is? What do we do?
String them up.
Just kill the person and eat it?
Well, you could do that. Wouldn't help the person though, but that's certainly an option.
Well, you're done for. You're done for though, right? You got a fatty liver. That's it.
I think you might be taking that a little too far.
No.
Oh,
It's on a Jeffrey Dahmer level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. No, you can take herbs and supplements, but one of the things that's driving all of this is the amount of sugars and carbs that you're taking in, the toxins in personal care products and foods, and processed oils. And so you got to get back to a clean diet. You can't be eating a Taco Bell and Burger King anymore. That's they're making food there. That's unrecognizable. 20 or 30 years ago, it was healthier than it is today.
Yeah.
So those are the types of things you got to eliminate from the diet. So you got to completely redo the diet, and then you got to supplement properly, and you'll be okay. provided it didn't get to cirrhosis. So there's always a chance for redemption.
I like them sandwiches they eat in there, the 11/22/63. The guys, there's like 50 cents or something for this big-ass patty, eating this fucking burger, and they say, that if it's less than $1, it probably ain't meat, so nobody would buy the burger. But Jake loved it, And
hey, look, it tastes great.
Well, the way he got it so cheap is because he was actually going back in time to 1962, and he was buying the meat at a cheaper price, and it was fucking higher quality meat, because it hadn't been tampered with.
Because it would back then.
Yeah. So this guy had the best fucking burgers in town, but nobody was trusting his burgers because they weren't aware that he was going back in time to get the meat.
Now that'd be a good idea to how to make some money. You charge more for it. People paid $50 for a good quality burger, but you get it back in time. You get it for cheaper. That's the way.
Yeah,
that was a good show.
But if you went back in time, wouldn't you just put money on all the Super Bowl winners and make money that way?
That would be another really good way to make money.
He does that too.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm all for that.
You can't knock him.
That's illegal.
Well, that's against the law.
Yeah, that's not legal.
It's not?
No.
Right on.
Time traveling to get the winners and then going back in time to play the numbers? You can't do that.
It should be against the law.
It's at least frowned upon. I don't know if technically it's on the books.
Gambling for.
If you're smart enough to go back in time, don't you think there should be a little bit of leeway on the laws?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Well, if you go back in time, you can change the laws.
Good point.
That'd be kind of hard to do. You'd have to go to school and get yourself know some people and hobnob and get in there and.
Yeah, you don't just go back in time and all of a sudden change a law.
Changing laws is. I mean, it's so hard to change laws that that we still got all these stupid, dumb, wacky laws on file. Because it's easier to just not enforce it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Like how you're allowed to beat your woman, as long as the rod isn't bigger than 2 inches.
Oh, you can't do that.
Did you know that you're not allowed to cross the Boston Common without a rifle?
See?
That's a law. Yep. A lot of bears back then.
Are there a lot of people that do that now? Like, as a joke, they all get together for a festival and cross it with rifles? If not, they should.
I don't know. That wouldn't be a safe day to be going down to the frog pond.
What the hell's a frog pond?
Oh, yeah. Frog pond down at Boston Commons. Yeah.
What's that?
You never been there?
I don't know what Boston Commons is.
Oh, Boston Commons. Where
are you from?
It's like Central Park for New York. I'm from the Boston area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just a square. Big square. People go.
Yeah,
hang out.
It's like going to Military Park.
Where's that?
It's in Indianapolis. Don't you know?
Gotcha.
Now
I do.
You sell stuff that'll fix your liver, right?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Oh man,
that's where I thought you were going to go earlier when I was saying, now what could you do to fix it? You could go to LiverMedic.com and buy a bunch of stuff, right?
LiverMedic.com. LiverMedic.com. LiverMedic.com.
Take back
you guys make my job so much easier.
So
that's exactly what you do.
What do we do over at LiverMedic.com?
Well, there's some real good articles about the progression of how you get toxins in your body and diseases and where they come from, and then how to clean them out. And we've got some good products about trying to balance the bacteria in your digestive tract, and also how to get rid of the toxins in your liver. So hepatidin, for instance, that's a supplement that's real successful. A lot of naturopaths end up using it. A lot of functional doctors recommend it to their patients. And that's a real good way of cleaning it out and sort of reversing this negative process.
What is the number one selling item on liverdoctor.com?
On LiverMedic, it's hepatidin.
LiverMedic.com?
Yep, it's LiverMedic.com.
What is liverdoctor.com?
He's a different guy. I'd have to take a look.
LiverMedic.
Yeah, I've looked at him before.
Do you want us to take that guy out for you?
No. That's okay. I'm sure we're both doing good things for a good cause, so I'm cool with that. No, I'll leave him alone. I'm sure he's doing a good job. We all want the same thing: healthy people.
You sell red palm oil.
Yes.
What do you do with that?
Yeah, the red palm oil is a pretty interesting product. So, Dr. Oz came out like 3 years ago and said this is the best thing ever. And they started to find out it's vitamin E, but it's vitamin E in a highly concentrated form for
is it a
the
pill?
tocotrienols that are in it. What's that?
Is it a pill?
Yeah, it's a soft gel. Yeah, and that's actually the highest concentration of tocotrienols in the market. And those are like the chemical components that do all the cleaning out the liver and lowering cholesterol and the brain benefits and the cardiac health issues and all that stuff.
Now, could there be a problem consuming too many tocotrienols?
Tocotrienols?
Yeah.
I'm sure there is a limit because it is fat-based.
You don't know what the danger zone is?
Well, I suspect if somebody downed a whole bottle of that and did that consistently for a week or two, there probably would be some negative effects of that. But no one's done it, so I can't tell for sure. But we've had people on pretty high doses of that, and there's been no negative effect, so that's a good thing. But again, like these things don't contain toxins necessarily. They're toxin free. They're trying to remove toxins. And even though that's fat based, those are the types of medium chain triglycerides that are used throughout your entire body. I mean, your brain is 80% fat, some more than others.
80%.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of fat up in the brain region. The myelin sheath is mostly fat, and the myelin sheath goes around every axon. So there's a lot of fat up there. And, of course, all hormones are made of fat, cholesterol-based. So that's when, doctors start recommending statin drugs for people who their cholesterol rates are, like, off the charts. It does a lot of damage to their endocrine system. That's one of the reasons why there's an increase in brain aging issues as we're getting older. So something to think about.
You're kind of bumming me out, man.
I'm sorry. My apologies. Eat a clean diet. You'll be cool. You'll be completely fine.
Can you eat
a clean diet? Drink good. What's that?
Can you eat a bad diet, but take these pills and be okay?
I wouldn't recommend it. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. If somebody is 300 pounds sitting on the sofa eating potato chips and ordering out Taco Bell and thinks that they're going to take my product and be fine, I don't think that's probably a good idea. I wouldn't recommend it.
I would say 99% of the items on your store there, I don't recognize them. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce them.
Yeah, I mean, they're somewhat specialized. A lot of physicians end up recommending them. I mean, they're in the health food stores, and of course, somebody on the floor would probably know what to do with them and how to apply them. But I mean, if somebody has,
they're just hard to say. That's all. I mean, like Atrocities or whatever, And then there's red palm oil. Red palm oil. That's memorable, Serapeptase.
That's an easy one, right?
Yeah, easy one. I guess it comes with the territory.
But yeah, would a doctor tell me to get these things?
If they're a good doctor, they would.
Yeah, who's pimping these out? I mean, I know you are, but how do people?
I would say the quote unquote progressive physicians are. Conventional physicians probably don't. They listen to the pharmaceutical reps that come in and pay for their lunches and their junkets out to the golf course. It's the progressive ones that go.
What'd you do? What'd you do in pharmaceuticals?
What did I do?
Yeah.
I did a lot of managing clinical phase trials. I was involved in a lot of the up and coming research. So I'd be, probably 5 to between 7 and 5 years ahead of most of the drugs that were coming out onto the market. I was more on the R&D side of things. So I knew a lot of the decisions that were being made before the drug would hit the market. And that's one of the reasons why I got out of it. I didn't like what I saw.
What's your favorite drug?
What's my favorite drug? Can I say life? That's too easy, huh?
I was going to pick like
say
Tylenol.
Tylenol is actually somewhat dangerous, but that's a good one.
Really?
If you have a lot of pain. Yeah. There's been a lot of studies on consistent use of Tylenol being sort of a dangerous thing. Once in a while, it's not going to do much of anything.
What if you take it, say, once a week? Is that too much?
Once a week?
Yeah. I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't, it's not going to reach critical dangerous levels. I mean, it requires a little bit deeper dive than just, how many times are you taking it? How much is he taking? Is he taking?
He's just taking
500 milligrams or 2,000?
I don't know. I think he's just got regular Tylenol, whatever that is, and he takes 2 pills and he swallows them. And I would say he doesn't.
I mean, it's a good question.
I would say he doesn't do that more than once a week.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of drug needs to be broken down by the liver. And the liver is controlling over 500 different chemical reactions.
So what about when
it's regulating all kinds of other stuff? What's that?
Now, what happens when you got people who, you get prescriptions and you got like 6 prescriptions you're taking a day? Is that bad?
It depends on what they are. Statin drugs are a pretty difficult thing to get off of. Antidepressants end up causing all kinds of problems with other, unintended consequences in other systems. So it's like if I see somebody on antidepressants or statin drugs, that requires a lot more caution. Some other stuff is not a big deal and doesn't
so
have
you're saying
too much.
Most antidepressants do more damage to the liver?
No, not necessarily to the liver.
What are you saying, man?
But what I'm saying is when somebody's on an antidepressant, the problem is trying to get them onto something natural. And it's very difficult because the antidepressants and statin drugs interact negatively with a lot of stuff. That's what I'm saying. So I can't go ahead and recommend something natural to somebody who's on a statin drug or an antidepressant.
Pop quiz. Depression is a myth. True or false?
Oh, definitely false. No, depression is definitely not a myth.
All right, just checking.
Yeah. No, I've come across a lot of people with PTSD and depression, and like a lot of naturopaths now associate depression with leaky gut because there's a lot of bacteria.
Yeah,
when bacteria get into your system, they cause side effects. Some of the side effects of depression.
Dang. And you have pills.
You got to eat healthy.
Yes, sounds like you got to go to the doctor all the time and get checked. It's like, hey man, can you check out my liver, see if I got some leaky gut? Well,
I mean, I'd be out of business. I'd be doing something else if people were eating right, putting the right things on them: deodorants, toothpaste, shampoos. Staying away from phthalates, not eating GMO foods. I'd have to do something else. I'd be okay with that. Unfortunately, they haven't gotten the message.
What are your thoughts on Joe Cross?
Joe Cross?
Yes, from Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
Oh, right. Yeah, I watched him. Yeah. I think he did he's like the Edward Snowden of the industry, sort of calling him out. I think it's a really important thing that people start to look more closely at what they're putting on their plate and what they're stuffing down their gullet. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's got that new one, the kids menu.
No, I haven't seen that. It's another one? Another one coming out?
It's yeah, it's interesting shit. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's about how we got to get the kids to eat right.
the kids are eating right. It looks like in this one, it's weird. It's it's. I wanted
a lot of kids eating
I wanted
right.
something a little more violent. If that makes sense. I wanted I like a little more aggression in my documentaries.
Yeah, even the first
I
one,
can see that.
there was aggression. I mean, towards his weight. He was angry about he wasn't angry, but there was a conflict. He wanted to get rid of the weight thing.
Yeah.
There was something weird about the second one. It didn't have that. It didn't seem like.
Oh, the sequel or the kids menu?
The kids menu. Yeah, I guess that's what I meant. The kids menu. There was no conflict. And here's a guy that
We're big Joe Cross fans. Just saying. That's why we can talk
Gotcha.
shit about him. You see, because he's a buddy of ours.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. So he's not going to get pissed off.
No,
Well,
he's been on the show.
No, he might get pissed off. The guy's kind of high strung. You wouldn't think it from looking at him.
No, you wouldn't think so. No, he looks kind of like laid back dude.
I made that up.
He's not high strung, or he's not
No.
a friend of yours.
He's not high strung.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha.
So
Anyway, he looks kind of relaxed.
Tell us real quick about this guy named Mike on your website. You talk about Mike.
firefighter.
Yeah. Chris knows who Mike is.
Yeah. Yep. Mike was a 9/11 firefighter, so he's has PTSD, and I mean the 9/11 piece is somewhat of a coincidence. Although the reason he has PTSD is 9/11, which doesn't help his situation.
It was a national tragedy.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, yeah. But I mean, he was over 300 pounds. He was actually closer to 350, 360 pounds. Had type 2 diabetes, had fatty liver, had leaky gut, lost his eyesight for a good 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Until his wife ended up giving me a call one night. He's got 2 kids, so he's my age, so he shouldn't be having these problems.
It's his wife
And
didn't call you in the middle of the
yeah,
night.
we put him on a strict diet.
What's that about? His wife
How does
calls
she
you
know
up in the
you?
middle of the night? What's she doing calling you?
How does she know you?
Well, we're good friends. I mean, the reason I got into this is because
friends.
I had friends and family members who a few of them. I ended up having some friends and family members who were coming down with these health issues.
Oh, so you knew Mike before.
Oh yeah, he wasn't just some guy that came off the street. No.
So tell me about this Mike. Why?
Why does he have leaky gut?
Just not eating right.
Wow.
Oh, so this guy.
Not eating right, not exercising, not doing any of those things. High strung, super anxious, PTSD. I mean, the list goes on.
Did Mike get paid to share his story?
No, he did it willingly. No. And I asked him. Is it okay to share this information? He's like, I don't really care. So.
It'd be good to cut him in.
I mean,
on
obviously, he doesn't want his last name, but.
Wow.
What's that?
It'd be good to give him a little bit of the profits there. Put his picture on there and give him 5% or something.
Oh, believe me, Mike doesn't need my money. But if he asked me, I'd have no problem doing it. He's a good guy. He's a real good guy.
So it said this guy, he got his shit together by simply sticking to, he changed his diet, right? And it says he just stuck to 2 shakes, morning and evening, with raw vegetables for lunch and snacks throughout the day, mostly nuts.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was taking the supplements. But yeah, I mean,
Probiotics. Probiotics.
He was taking probiotics. He was taking things for candida. Right now, he
was taking your
on
favorite
a regular regimen of.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Red palm oil.
Nice.
And,
He's on red palm oil. He's on hepatidin. Yeah.
And every night he fasted for 12 hours.
Yeah, it's actually what everybody ought to be doing.
Now,
Yeah, I mean, I don't recommend that just for people who are in bad health.
Yeah, don't they say, like, don't eat after 6 or after 7 or something?
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard people say
our
that.
systems
Or is
are not
that-
designed to be.
Or is that cut the grass? I think you're supposed to cut the grass after the sun goes down, right? Isn't that when it's best to cut the grass for the environment? Or is it the other way around?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
if you have a cat or a dog, that may not work.
Cat
out
or
so well.
dog?
I don't think
You're not going to be able to see anything at night.
Well, when the sun
You
goes
may
down,
end up having a high mortality for your domesticated animal.
when the sun's dropping, you got a good hour or two. Where there's not.
That's
full sun.
true.
Not like pitch black, but the sun's going down. Yeah, that's the best for the atmosphere
Gotcha.
or something.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know.
Something about the carbon monoxide or dioxide or whatever combustion goes on inside those chambers.
How did you find that out?
I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend.
You have headlights on your lawnmower?
Huh? There's
You have
still
headlights on your lawnmower? No?
there's still time. There's that time of blue. I don't know where you're living at, but in Indiana, we got a good couple hours when the sun, it's not completely gone, but it feels like it's gone. And the sky's still kind of
Floodlights.
blue.
Floodlights would be a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't need lights. I don't need
Or you
lights.
could time it.
I don't need
You
lights.
could time it so that's a full moon.
I don't need lights.
You could do it on a full moon. That might rectify things too. That would be helpful. But then you'd only be cutting your lawn about, I don't know,
once a month.
once every 3 weeks. Yeah, once a month every, yeah.
Is it 3
that-
weeks?
that-
Is 3 weeks more accurate?
I have no idea.
I thought it was once every 30 days.
What's a blue moon?
Lunar cycle.
What's a blue moon?
You got me.
Isn't a
You're
blue,
alive. We got you.
is a blue moon not two moons
In the same,
in the same month?
I think so. 2 new moons,
New moons.
or maybe 2 full. You don't know about the lunar cycle at all?
No, I'm not really that good on that. I suppose if I did more farming or cut my lawn at night, I probably would be on top of that, but not really. I know it's real important for doctors in the ER.
Yeah.
That they always know.
The full moon is weird.
Really, the full moon
Yeah, that's
affects
a real
doctors?
thing.
Like doctors are affected
No,
by the full moon?
more emergency.
They get
No,
the handshake.
more emergency room visits on full moons. It's true.
They
That's
don't?
a thing.
Same thing with police. They say there's more action on full moon nights.
Yep, that and Friday nights.
So what does the moon do to your liver?
I honestly have never researched that before. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. That sounds like more of a spiritual question for me. I'll look into it.
Well, maybe it's doing something that makes you want to go and commit crimes or go get hurt or something,
It certainly has a crazy outcome. That's for sure.
Wouldn't like late at night and stuff, do you ever think weird thoughts about the liver?
No, I try to keep that to 9 to 5. I've got enough of my time wrapped up in business.
But like thinking about like weird things like the lunar effect of the moon on the liver, or something.
Oh,
weird.
I see what you're saying. Like real cutting edge liver stuff.
Snakes, they got weird livers, right?
Yeah, or snake livers.
I'm not on the cutting edge of liver research on that end.
When you're going to sleep at night, what do you think about? I wonder what livers do, or like if you had time, what would you research, or what are you looking into behind closed doors on the liver?
Liver sausages.
Are you making liver sausages?
No, actually, I'm probably thinking about what's jumping on YouTube and watching some old George Carlin.
So you're a Freemason, huh?
Freemason? Was George Carlin a Freemason?
No, it was a joke, because they won't tell you about their society. So I ask you about the, what's the weird things that you're thinking about or about experimenting on with the liver, and you won't tell me. I know there's something.
Yes, that's true. I am evasive. There is a secret liver society, and we meet up the same lodge that Freemasons meet up in. That is true. But now I've told you the secret.
Confirmed.
But I haven't told you the secret handshake, so
Hey, Bobby.
I'm good.
Did you know that the stingray liver was a pretty valued food there for a while?
People ate the stingray liver.
Yeah, John, it was used to prepare delicacies such as poached Skate liver on toast in England.
So even fish have livers.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Yeah, John. The liver.
Pretty important organ.
Yeah, the liver is found in all vertebrates. Typically the largest visceral organ. Its form varies considerably in different species.
I'll be honest, I have never had a stingray as a customer, though. As much drinking as they do.
Oh, you should. You make a hell of a viral video with that.
I might not be tapped into that community.
Dude, liver
That
can be
might be
baked,
the next
boiled,
thing.
broiled, fried, stir-fried, or eaten raw.
Do you like to eat liver?
Me, no. I'm pretty much vegetarian.
I think that would
I
be
don't go
weird.
around eating livers.
That would be kind of creepy for a liver doctor to eat liver.
You ever had chopped liver?
I mean, I've had these things for sure, yeah. I think it's odd enough
dude, you've had
that
chopped
I
liver?
go to conferences and they... What's that?
Are you Jewish? Shit. I
No,
shouldn't
I'm
have
not
asked that.
Jewish. No.
That was rude to ask you that, sir. I apologize.
That's all right. I'm not offended.
Well, chopped liver is a spread popular in Jewish cuisine, you know, but also found in the traditional local cuisine of Berlin.
I didn't know that.
L'chaim.
Yeah.
You just said something
Mazel
Jewish,
tov.
didn't you? Yeah. Mahaim.
L'chaim, yeah.
Wait.
But no, I am not Jewish.
Why not?
Why not?
Because he wasn't born that way, John.
You can be Jewish.
You don't ask him about this,
You
okay?
You can convert.
Don't ask him about this. Okay?
You can convert if you'd want. It's pretty tough to
It's
convert,
over.
I will
It's
say.
over.
I apologize.
Just everybody stop talking about the Jewish people. I don't know what
No,
you're
that's a
laughing
topic
at.
I haven't hit before.
No, we didn't hit it, you see. We're avoiding it.
We avoided it.
We said enough.
Good.
John said more than others.
We'll probably cut it out.
Hey, they know the lunar calendar.
Yeah.
Just as a side note.
Don't know. So this, man, I think the perfect liver-eating Johnson would be Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah.
I think
That's a good choice.
I think that'd be pretty decent.
He's likable.
I think he's
I'm also thinking
eating it in his Buick.
Benicio del Toro, maybe.
yeah.
He'd be pretty good.
Seth Rogen.
How about a woman? Why is it only men?
No.
Well,
No.
because it's his wife got killed or whatever.
Yeah. His wife will
Wow.
be played by Taryn Manning.
Good choice.
No, but this is
Really?
a real story. Didn't you know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do I know it's a real story?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you tell me it's a real story, I believe it.
No, it really is. Like, it's got a Wikipedia page. It's no joke. Like, that's why we thought you'd know about it.
Liver-eating Johnson.
No. No, I don't have no idea about that, but it should be a movie.
Yeah.
That'd make a great movie.
Yeah, we thought you knew all about that. I mean, not all about it, but...
You know, but it might end up being one of those, like, B films. If they can't get a budget for it, then I'd say they should cast, like, Val Kilmer. Because, you know,
Val Kilmer, that's a good choice.
he's kind of overweight now, so he looks a little bigger than he used to. He could be a good mountain man.
He looks like he's got foie gras.
All right. I think people are bored, myself included, about this mountain man talk. But what is a mountain man?
Some say he's dead. Some say he never will be.
Who?
Jeremiah Johnson.
Who's Jeremiah Johnson?
Liver-eating Johnson.
I mean,
Oh, my boy's name's Jeremiah?
Yeah. It's a movie, I guess.
There's a
I
movie
thought he was a
about
bullfrog.
there's a movie about liver-eating Johnson?
Robert Redford.
What? That's a great liver-eating Johnson.
Yeah. It was made in 1972. Robert Redford played Jeremiah.
What's it called?
Jeremiah. That's the name of the movie.
It's just called Jeremiah?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got. No consensus
I
on
missed that
Rotten
one.
Tomatoes. Patrick Dempsey, 1998. That's not the right one. I can't look this up fast enough, man. Come on, give me every information about this movie that you can.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Is it brutal? Does it focus on the... Why is it not called Liver Eating Johnson?
The movie was filmed in Utah, directed by Sidney Pollack, who also directed The Way We Were.
What year did this come out? You said 70s?
72.
Oh, I bet this movie's amazing.
And there was a book, and the most notable difference between the movie and the book is that they renamed John Liver Eating Johnson to Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay, see, I knew that. I knew his name wasn't Jeremiah.
It was John. John Johnson.
Liver Eating Johnson.
Right.
You can't say his name without putting liver eating in there.
Well, in the movie, they never call him John or Liver Eating Johnson.
This movie sounds pretty bad.
Yeah.
Does he eat any livers?
I think they left something kind of important out.
Does he eat any livers in the film? Does he scalp anybody? Does he eat a man's leg?
He looks
Is
pretty...
it about Christmas?
Is it a love story?
He's on the movie poster.
He's holding a leg.
Well, he's holding like some kind of sword or something.
John, every time this happens, I go and I look at the picture and I'm able to immediately identify what it is, but you always say it's some sort of like weird sword, but I'm going to go look at it and be like, oh, that's a such and such.
Well, this is something weird, though.
I'll go look at it.
And now tell me more. Tell me more.
That's about all it says about it.
What?
Pollock does a terrific job of capturing the beauty and ruggedness of the mountains of Utah.
Does it look like there's Indians involved? What is it about? Does it say what his life is about? Who he is? What he did?
That's it. That's all it says. It assumes you already have read the book, and it's talking about the difference between the book and the movie.
Does he eat livers in the book? Is a book called Jeremiah?
The book's called Crow Killer.
Yes! Fucking A.
Sounds like the book may be the way to go.
Yeah, Crow Killer? That's some Rambo shit there.
Yeah.
They just hyped up Liver Eating Johnson, like...
Crow Killer, the saga of Liver Eating Johnson. That's the name of the book.
Oh, man, this book sounds amazing.
Raymond W. Thorpe, and it was first published by...
Put it on the wish list, bro.
IU Press.
Put it on the wish list. Oh, sorry. We have a guest.
Right.
Can you get that on Kindle?
I'd much rather have it in my hands.
I understand.
I have a Kindle, but I haven't done anything with it yet. You know?
Kindle's overrated.
I got the Paperwhite. No? Okay. All right. Fuck. John.
Yep.
What else do you got for me?
We have nothing. LiverMedic.
Okay.
LiverMedic.com, correct?
Yes.
LiverMedic.com. LiverMedic.com. LiverMedic. LiverMedic.com.
Well, listen, I appreciate you guys having me on. Have yourself a wonderful evening, okay?
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thanks a lot, Brendan.
All right.
Later, brother.
You bet. Bye, guys.
I like that guy. 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 I like that guy.
Wow.
The Crow Killer.
That sounds like a fucking amazing movie. I mean, it's based on the Crow Killer, but they changed it to Jeremiah?
Yeah, and they never call him Liver Eating Johnson.
Do we know if he eats livers? Is it about him avenging his wife? Like, that's what this movie's about. You know, the beginning of the movie, you see his wife get killed, and then he just says, I'm just going to kill as many of these Crow Indians as I can, you know, to avenge my wife. And every time he kills one, you know, he kills 400, you know, with his bare hands.
He eats their liver.
Eats their liver.
It is on Amazon. I'm looking at it right now. There's a new edition.
A new edition?
But it was published by Indiana University Press by Bloomington.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It sounds like a documentary. I'm going to have to learn more about this.
It's got 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Sounds, yeah. I mean, it's Robert Redford.
I'm talking about the book.
Oh. Shit. Yeah, you guys want to wrap up this show?
Hold on. Let's hear the audible sample.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We know that the mountain men living by their woodcraft in the remotest reaches of continental United States generated a vigorous oral lore. But practically nothing has been written about John Johnson, the eater of Crow Indian livers. One May morning in 1847, Crow Indians killed and scalped John Johnson's pregnant wife.
So they fucked up right
For
there.
many years thereafter, he killed
wife.
and scalped.
It's Kill Bill.
Is that the end of it?
No.
Crow Indians. Then he ate their livers raw. He ate them not for hunger's sake.
This is the end of the
principle.
book. Like, what else more
Just
can they
what
say
principle
about this guy?
his whole life story may suggest. Other tribes than the Crows could arouse his anger. But one tribe only did Johnson dreadfully humiliate. He was Dapiek Absarika, the killer of crows. As such, he was feared. His fame served him almost as a weapon. Indians ambushing him with every tactical advantage broke and ran when he killed but one of them. On other occasions, as an awesome ally, Johnson could turn tribe against tribe and take for himself, in the warfare that followed, a highly profitable harvest of scalps.
Jeez.
His first insane lust for revenge was surely real, whether provoked by the death of one he loved or by mere hurt to his pride. As John Johnson, the young trapper, had already won a name for his strength and quick learning of wilderness ways.
This guy's a
Force and cunning, however, were mere details in his new repute as liver-eating Johnson.
What about
One whom the Indians could consider as obsessed,
Okay,
divinely
so-
mad. Johnson, or John...
Look, okay, so this Johnson seems like he must be a nice guy if he can navigate tribes, right? But he also just has extreme hatred for this one specific tribe, and he just seeks out to humiliate them and fuck them up as much as he can. He just hates this one specific tribe.
Very targeted hatred.
What if he's played by John Goodman?
Yeah, he's very scary when needed, you know. He's the nicest guy in the world, but I wouldn't want him on your bad side.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
His reviews are funny. The reviews, the subject or whatever is called "No Prisoners."
Nope.
John Johnson was my kind of guy. He really did not want trouble. There was no law, and he did what he thought was right, plus a little more. It's my kind of guy.
The Wild West was crazy.
340
The
people.
Wild West was insane.
It's my kind of guy. Right?
Talked but little. He was known as surly, uncommunicative, mistrustful. Yet from the beginning he was willing to talk, when necessary, to set the record straight and inform his companions of things they could not see for themselves. Johnson chose as his longtime partner Dale Gue. Dale went along with Johnson on his pilgrimages to the cabin of John Morgan's feared widow, Crazy Woman.
Were they liver eaters?
Dale witnessed the killing of the last of the 20 warriors whom the Crows dedicated to Johnson's destruction. John Johnson's shrewdness and fantastic strength were, of course, the natural attributes of a liver-eating Johnson. Crazy Woman's shrill keening for her dead each night come sundown was as his chorus of the fates. His unfortunate enemies, the Crows, were tribesmen generally admired for their wisdom and dignity, and their very marking of 20 heroes to seek vengeance individually against one Dapiek has in it their own sense of high drama.
Yeah, we'll put that on our wish list.
I would listen to this all day.
It's 6 hours of this, and the narrator's name is Don Coltrane.
I could get into that, man. What's the narrator's name?
Don Coltrane.
Don Coltrane.
The way he says liver eating Johnson.
I'm thinking about getting Penn Jillette's new book, audiobook.
What's that about?
Presto, How I Made like 100+ Pounds Disappear and Other Magical Tales.
Yeah, that's a really good book title. It sounds like, what, Jake?
Nothing. I just said presto.
Oh.
Fuck, Jake. Presto.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, now we got that out of our system. Are we gonna listen to more of this, or do you want to wrap this up? I mean, what,
Liver eating Johnson.
John.
Johnson's associates, too, mountain men who, when given the opportunity, joined in his feuding, set off the Crow killer's bloody history with their own eccentricities.
Oh, man.
Surely, as mere killer of Indians, mere bloody, bearded eater of red men's livers, the Crow killer would be worth little investigation. We could easily dismiss him as inhuman or insane.
It sounds
But
like
he was not
Moses.
simply
So first of all, the guy wasn't insane. He just was dedicated. But no, the way this is edited, it sounds like they're cutting it up to make him sound as offensive as possible.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like they took out a few words. You know, like it sounds like, yes, I would like to fuck his mother. You know, when they do that shit.
Okay,
They cut up Oprah to say something real.
You think that's...
I love his black cock.
Yeah. You think there's some editing going on?
It sounded really weird.
It definitely sounds weird. I just thought that's how the
he
guy's
said
talking.
that line was weird.
I would rewind it if I could, but it's just a play button.
All right, let's
human or insane. He was not even simply cruel. He cannot be so easily understood. Rather, we may see him stepping back from the barbarities of others of his kind, almost as if they offended his sense of order. And though Johnson did express the generalized contempt of his era in regard to Indians, we shall observe repeatedly his very real respect for the warriors of many tribes. Even as in his heyday he was above all the killer of crows, a time did arrive in his terrible vendetta when, in sheer admiration of crow magnanimity, he ceased his dreadful feuding and became their brother in arms.
That's crazy. That is, that's the end of it. But that's the craziest part to me. He went so far as to go and kill them and eat their livers just because that was their belief system, that they thought they needed that or whatever. And then all of a sudden he's on their side. Like, how does that happen? This sounds like one of the most amazing stories like ever.
Yeah, how did they become friends?
Yeah.
As brothers in arms?
The gripping feud, one man against a whole tribe in American history. Out of this tragedy came one of the most gripping feuds, one man against a whole tribe of Indians.
Like this, I mean, it sounds like this is the whole story. Like, this is this guy's story. No matter where you get it from, it all sounds exactly, you know what I mean? Like, he did one thing.
Yeah, but there's 6 hours of this.
Yeah, so what else?
Well, and he set it up. He was like, he was saying stuff like, it seems like,
I believe that
there's so many things.
Yeah, I believe this Robert Redford movie, how can it not cover all these things?
It's got to touch on it. It might be one of those, I don't know.
You think it's just going to be just people just hanging out on the prairie?
No, it looks violent, but
okay,
I don't think that they just didn't want to use the exact name, liver eating Johnson. That's what it looked like.
Why not? Oh, because they probably changed so much of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, they probably made it so unfactual that it cannot be called Liver Eating Johnson.
Yeah.
Like that movie Up Close and Personal. They wrote that book about it called Monster. It was originally a true story. I've never seen the film, but for some reason I read the book. I found it at a Dollar Tree. Sometimes at Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They got these, like, nice hardbacks. And I said, hey, man, this looks interesting. About how a script gets fucked over by Hollywood. From beginning to end to the whole production. What is that squeaking?
I don't think it's me, is it?
Are we still on the phone with Dr. Russo?
No.
All right.
So that movie is called Jeremiah Johnson. Oh, here's the trailer. You want to hear it?
I do.
It looks like the whole movie is actually on YouTube. 2 hours and 13 minutes.
I will surely watch that.
I'm going to have to open a different browser.
Unless it's completely horrible. Because you never know with these things.
It's got a picture of a mountain on the
I dare you to watch that Al Pacino film about the Revolutionary War. I dare you to watch it.
I don't know about that.
Watch it all the way through.
I don't know.
I couldn't do it.
His name was Jeremiah Johnson.
Oh, yes.
They say he wanted to be a mountain man. Nobody knows whereabouts he come from, and don't seem to matter much. He was a young man, and ghosty stories about the tall hills didn't scare him none. Bought him a good horse and traps and another truck that went with being a mountain man, and said goodbye to whatever life was down there below. Here's his story.
Robert Redford as Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah Johnson made his way into
Who's
the
that?
mountain.
I know who you are. You're the same dumb pilgrim I've been hearing for 20 days and smelling for 3.
Written on, forgetting all
He's got a horse.
troubles that he
The horse got stuck in the snow.
Take him.
What?
Take him.
Ma'am, I wouldn't know how to tend after it.
So he just gave him a
The
boy.
trail was wide.
boy?
Yeah, left a little boy with him.
The eagle
What the fuck is
Now,
this?
now there's 2 horses, and he's riding with them on the horse.
Follow.
Now there's someone's
Are you
head
all right?
buried in the sand.
I got a fine horse under me.
A mountain man's a lonely man.
Is anybody getting killed?
No.
How's the war going? Which war?
I bet they'll kill that boy.
He's about to shoot somebody. Oh, there's someone that froze to death.
That story doesn't know.
Are there any Indians?
Not yet.
If you value your hair, you will get married.
He must have got that guy out of the sand.
I hear an Indian.
Yeah, it's the Indian woman that he likes.
Jeremiah's
Oh, he's on love with
story was that kind.
Looks like Zach Galifianakis.
He was a man the Indians prayed to and cursed and tried to kill.
Someone just died. Oh yeah, here's a
Here we go. Here we go. Get that 70s build up. It takes forever to get there.
Yeah.
And then when it comes, it's just, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. This sounds awesome.
wolves, horses.
They're Indians?
Yeah, and Jeremiah's fighting them.
Oh yeah.
He's like a one-man wrecking crew.
Is he standing over any single dead bodies?
Right now, right there. That's exactly what that was.
Oh yes, he's eating their liver. I bet he just ripped their
Robert
liver out.
Redford as Jeremiah Johnson. Some say he's dead. Some say he never will be.
This is bizarre, dude.
Was that kind.
Is it Christopherson? Who is this?
It sounds like something like that.
Man, I gotta see this flick.
The whole movie is about to autoplay.
No, it's not gonna be like video on demand. They're gonna want to. Oh, it's really he's playing.
Yeah.
Well, let's end this show.
Someone sat there and filmed it. It's a cam or whatever, you know. Someone filmed the movie playing on a big screen TV.
Well, that's bullshit. I don't want to watch that. I'm
2
gonna find a
hours.
better version.
Yeah.
I really am.
Jeremiah Johnson ate them livers.
Came out in the 70s. Who knows? That might be the best.
Could be Robert Redford. You know who doesn't love Robert Redford?
That's crazy that he played Liver Eating Johnson.
Liver eating Johnson.
I bet they don't refer to him at all like that.
Yeah, it says they don't call him that in the movie.
Does he even eat a liver? I'm wondering.
Maybe if you know to look for it.
Wow.
He's got like some stew cooking.
He'll have blood on his mouth, but you won't actually find out how it got there.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
John, you got any music playing?
It's waiting for the folder to open.
What?
We need a computer on the Amazon wish list.
No, we don't. Yeah, we do. But that. What do you mean waiting? You weren't waiting that long. That's insane. That's you. Were you waiting that long
It's ludicrous.
for like a minute?
It's open now. You got it.
John, you're breaking my heart, man.
Oh, well, we had two browsers open because we had to use Google Voice.
Jake, we might have to just do this show, you and me.
Go to fire, John.
Jake, you can't handle this job.
Jake, do you think you could do everything that John does as fast as he does?
I don't know.
You can only go as fast as this computer will let you.
Yeah. You got to know the sweet spot, not to overwrite. Not to.
You'd probably get a lot more what's out of me. What?
All right, well, Jake. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Bernard. Thank you, John Rapp. Thank you, Darren Snyder from Indian Tune. Thank you, Mike Moore from the Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks Internet Radio program. Thank you, John G from 405. Thank you, Rich Barker. Thanks, Brad Shoemaker. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Cisner. Jake.
Is that it?
Oh, yeah, I was done. Don't fuck it up, Jake.
What's there to fuck up? Hey, thanks, Ron at Radio Mix Music.
Well, you fucked that one up. It's Radio Max Music. You didn't do that. Jake, don't play like you did that on purpose.
I did.
You did not do that.
Did too.
Yeah, fucking right.
First one. Ron at Radio Max Music. Jeremy at Couch Potato Nation. I can't do this till... Mark at Tangent Bound Network. Jack at the Mix FM. Sue and Peter at Loudtown Online Radio. Mike from the Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks Internet Radio program. Tom at TalkStream Live. Mike at IRN Internet Radio Network. Toby at Radio Blitz.
Nice, John. Okay. You see, my man's trying to read the credits over here. He's coughing into the mic.
Go at FJS Radio. Peter at Cornucopia Broadcasting. TJ at Deep Talk Radio. Big Nate on the air at Cover Charge Radio. Somewhere dropping bombs.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you play it. And I know this is recording. And I hope you play it. Okay, see you guys.